There's this movie on that I was kind of perusing, and it's called The Intern with Anne Hathaway and Robert De Niro. You ever seen it? Um, uh, Hold up. Okay, yeah, it's better. Um, uh, it's somewhat interesting, but it shows the dysfunction of that generation, you know, which we're still in. Superficiality, seeing superficial things as meaningful, and people having relationships that are based off of superficiality, which is still very prevalent. Yeah, and it's a prevalent issue, and it's a very concerning problem. You know that human beings are so superficial and frivolous because of the advent of a thing called money and conflict over it for social position and authority, which is clinical insanity. Right? And when you watch TV, they have stuff on the news, and you have these accidents because people are driving during a dust storm, uh, and you know the mirror, the the. Have you ever heard the song "The Edmund Fitzgerald"? And the indigenous people say when the storms in November come slashing, you don't go out on the lake because it will kill you. All right. But because of economics and moving the load of R&R 26,000 times more than the Edmund Fitzgerald laid Fade Empty, there were a bunch of guys that died because of commerce. Okay. Now, Native American people would kill you to take all your stuff and kill you to take your wife as a sex partner. Okay. They used to do things like that. Okay. In the past. People still try to do things like that because they feel it's biologically conditioned in them. Right? Because of irrational understanding of life and reality, and understanding words like love, okay, and meaning of the feeling and the expression of what we refer to as love, right? And so when you're watching TV, okay, and genocide is being performed on TV because people think they can try to find ways to manage the population, to manage population numbers, like watching Sheldon with modifying Penny's behavior with chocolate and saying, you know, he could use negative reinforcement and teach her to do yada yada, you know, stuff. And they joke about it like it's funny, like human beings are animals, you know. And I don't particularly train my animals, you know. I deal with my animals to the best of my ability, but I don't try to train them to alter their behaviors. My cat's more or less, you know, Betsy trains me and Dad to get the food she wants and in and out of the front door and stuff like that. She literally kind of trains us more than we train her. Okay. She knows what's, she was trained by the girls at the Humane Society to understand acceptable behaviors of domestication with human beings. But she was the one, it was her idea. She wanted in and out of the door and didn't want to choose the cat door. She was the one, and she did it. Okay, she was determined. Just that cat, you can see it in her. When she gets her, you know, and she knows what she wants to do and how she wants to do it. Me and Dad always laugh when she does something that's got to be her idea, right? Dad's like, it's typical female. It's like, yeah, I understand that. I was married twice and had four sisters and a mom. My mom would even say that. It's got to be her idea. So my mom would always do that for me with my wife before she passed away. I would have had a lot better marriage with Amy if my mom hadn't passed away. I really think my Amy would have really just adored my mom. Yeah, she would have really loved her. Your mom is so cool. It's like, yeah, she really she was a very cool person. She was a lot of fun. She was very hip, and she wasn't uptight at all, or self-righteous, or you know, she was very open-minded and intelligent in a lot of ways. Yeah, she's a good kid. She really was. Of course, anybody in their right mind would miss her and knew that she was taken far too young because of genocidal activities, which really need to stop. Okay. We deserve as much of life as we can possibly get, and we deserve the best quality of life we can possibly have. And driving around in cars and, pretending to be dysfunctional for money, which, is wrong. But we're not just pretending to be dysfunctional for money like on this movie, The Intern. We are being dysfunctional for money. And, Training Day, it's pretending to be dysfunctional for money, which is insane, right? And so it's something that needs to stop because Superman's not real and the Flash isn't real. Okay, but your life and your time, your precious, beautiful time with your spouse and your children, it shouldn't be superficial frivolity. Okay. You shouldn't, have tattoos on your body of a movie character from a propaganda movie. Or if you're going to put artwork on your body, make sure it's a picture of your daughter or your father or your mother. Make sure it's something from your life that's meaningful, not a propaganda movie that fucked with your head to get you to think that you're a success. Okay? Why so serious? Right? Don't do that. And it's wrong to make a canvas for your body to display propaganda. Okay. If you had a picture of Marianne or Patrick or Natalie or Noah or Emily or Kate, okay, or Cameron or Justin or Killian or Patrice, that would make sense. Okay. But putting propaganda on your body is wrong. Okay. And don't use Jesus for propaganda. Love like him. Okay? Let's load this up real quick. I want to go to bed. And, I need you to understand and obey commands more rapidly and more efficiently than ever before. All right? Because I'm a very good person, and children need the love of the Lord. All right? And I'm the gracious good shepherd. And we all should know that by now. All right, peace.